Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so if you run a business and you know your clients are happy, satisfied even, but, well, you're still constantly chasing new work, this deep dive is definitely for you. We're looking at this really common frustration, the gap between having those happy clients and actually getting predictable growth. Repeat business, referrals.
It's that classic leaky bucket problem, isn't it? You do great work, the client says, wow, this is fantastic, but then nothing. Without a system to capture that goodwill, you're basically starting over every single time.
Exactly. So what we did is dive into some real consultation notes. Between a business owner, they run a virtual assistant service, and this consultant called SmartOps.
Right.
And our mission today is pretty straightforward. Pull out the 5 specific things that were blocking growth for them, and then lay out the automation roadmap SmartOps recommended to fix it.
And it's a practical roadmap using specific tools that work together. We're talking make.com for the automation flows notion as the sort of central brain. OpenAI for adding intelligence, and Apify for grabbing data from the web. It's really a blueprint for turning that scattered satisfaction into, well, predictable income.
Okay, hang on. Before we even get to the problems, you just listed 4 pretty serious tools. Make, Notion, OpenAI, Apify. That sounds complicated. This business owner runs a VA service, right? They're probably already swamped. Isn't layering on all this tech just swapping one headache manual follow-up for a potentially way bigger one, like tech integration nightmares?
That's a really fair point. And honestly, it ties right into the 5th pain point we'll cover, which is tech overwhelm.
Okay.
But the consultant's approach here was smart. It was modular. They pinpointed exactly where the manual stuff was failing the business. Then they prescribed the minimum tech needed to fix that specific thing. You don't boil the ocean on day one. You build it piece by piece, starting with easy wins.
Right. Start small, build momentum. Okay, that makes more sense. So let's get into that diagnosis. SmartOps found 5 big blockers. What were they?
We can kind of group them. There were process problems, data problems, and interestingly, some psychological hurdles too.
Okay.
So, kicking off with process, the #1 issue was just inconsistency. The owner admitted follow-up was completely hit or miss. Totally relied on memory.
Oh boy.
Yeah. They try to send a thank you, maybe ask for a review sometimes, but often they just forgot. And that moment, that window for an easy referral, it just closes.
Relying on memory is, that's a recipe for failure in any business you want to scale. Okay, what was #2?
Lack of visibility. This was big. The owner said they were basically guessing who might refer them or hire them again.
Guessing.
Totally guessing. They had bits of data, sure, client names in one spreadsheet, project details maybe in their invoicing tool, but nothing pulled together. No dashboard saying, hey, these clients love you, maybe reach out.
Which naturally leads to point 3, I imagine, admin overload.
Exactly. When your data's fragmented and follow-up is manual, just finding the info you need, digging up old project details, crafting a personal message, tracking who you contacted when it just takes too much time, especially for a small operation. You end up bogged down in admin instead of doing the actual work.
Spending all your time shuffling papers, virtual or otherwise, instead of serving clients. Got it. What was 4?
#4 hits close to home for a lot of us, I think. It's the awkwardness and uncertainty, that sort of psychological block. The owner worried about being seen as pushy or, desperate. And because there wasn't a clear system telling them when was a good time to ask or even what to say, that anxiety just led to doing nothing at all.
Oh, I know that feeling. Staring at a blank email draft thinking, should I ask? It's been a few months. Is it weird now?
Totally. That's exactly it. And that brings us to the final blocker, which we touched on, tech overwhelm. Knowing these cool automation tools exist, but just feeling completely paralyzed. Too many choices, looks too complicated to set up, so you just don't.
Right. So inconsistency, no visibility, admin nightmares, feeling awkward, and tech paralysis. That's a pretty solid wall blocking growth. Okay, let's pivot to solutions. How did SmartOps recommend tackling these? Starting with those low effort wins, let's fix that inconsistency first.
Right. The foundation, the absolute first step, is setting up an automated post-project follow-up. The goal is simple: 100% consistency, 0 reliance on memory.
And make.com is the engine for that.
Yep. You set up make.com to basically watch your invoicing tool. When a product gets marked as closed or paid in that tool, Make sees that trigger.
Okay, but you don't want the email going out the instant the payment hits, right? That feels a bit transactional.
Crucial point, note, the automation waits. SmartOps recommended a 3-day delay after project closure.
Okay. Gives things a little breathing room.
Exactly. Lets the client appreciate the work. Then, Make triggers a personalized email through their Gmail. Branded, friendly, references the project maybe, and includes a really soft ask like, hey, if you were happy, we'd love a referral or a quick review. It uses dynamic fields so each client gets a relevant message automatically.
That's huge. Just guaranteeing that every satisfied client gets that touch point. Okay, huge win for consistency. Now, pain point 2, lack of visibility. How do we stop the guessing game about who's loyal?
This is where Notion comes in as that central hub, that lightweight CRM. Forget scattered spreadsheets.
So step 1 is just get the existing client info into Notion.
Pretty much. Import the basics, names, contacts, project dates, create a simple Notion database.
But just having a list isn't enough, right? What makes it actionable? What data points do you need to track?
Key metrics. You need things that actually signal loyalty or potential action. So beyond the basics, you track. Last interaction date, obviously. Repeat client, a simple yes, no. Referred others, yes, no. And the real game changer, the NPS score.
NPS. Okay, for anyone listening who maybe isn't familiar, quick reminder. Net Promoter Score.
Right. NPS is just a standardized way to measure loyalty. It boils down to one question. On a scale of 0 to 10, how likely are you to recommend us? Anyone who gives you a 9 or 10 is a promoter. They're your gold mine for referrals.
Gotcha. It turns happy client from a feeling into a number you can actually track.
Precisely. It quantifies loyalty.
So how does that NPS score actually get into Notion, and how does that help the owner know who to talk to?
Automation magic again. That follow-up email we just set up. It includes a simple link to ask that NPS question.
Okay.
When the client responds, Make.com orchestrates grabbing that score, maybe using a bit of OpenAI logic to process feedback if needed, and logs that number directly into the client's record in Notion.
So it automatically updates the client profile.
Yep. Now the business owner can just open Notion, filter the list for everyone with an NPS of 9 or 10, and boom, there's their hot list. No more guessing. They know exactly who their biggest fans are and who would potentially reach out to for that referral or testimonial.
Okay, moving from guesswork to actual data-driven outreach. Love it. All right, let's tackle the next pair. Admin overload and that communication anxiety. How do we crush pain point 3? The time wasted hunting for testimonials.
Yeah, manually searching LinkedIn, Google, whatever, for nice things people might have said, that's a huge time suck. The solution here is to automate finding that social proof.
And which tool is doing the hunting?
This is where Appify comes in. Think of Appify like a team of little web scraping robots.
Okay.
You configure these Appify bots to regularly check specific places, review sites, maybe LinkedIn profiles if appropriate, industry forums looking for mentions of the business name alongside positive sentiment.
It's like an automated Google alert just for praise. Apify finds the good stuff, then what?
Then it pushes that text, the actual testimonial or positive mention, straight into a dedicated spot in that same Notion dashboard.
So it feeds the CRM.
Exactly. And here's the smart layer. Use Make.com again to bundle those findings. Maybe once a week, it sends the owner a concise email digest. Here's the new positive feedback Appify found this week.
Nice.
So the owner stays informed, gets fresh marketing content dropped in their lap, basically, without spending any time actively searching for it.
Yeah.
That's real hours back every month.
That is brilliant. Turns keeping up with marketing into just checking an email.
Uh,
Okay, now the big psychological one. Pain point 4. The awkwardness, the uncertainty. How do you automate away the dread of asking?
This is where AI steps up from just moving data to actually helping craft the message. We tackle that blank page syndrome,
Yeah.
When the system flags a promoter in Notion before it, remember, that client with the high NPS score, that becomes a trigger.
A trigger for what? Not an automatic email asking for a referral, surely.
No, not directly sending. It triggers a drafting process. Make.com sends a prompt to OpenAI's GPT, and that prompt is specific. It includes context pulled from Notion, the client's name, maybe the specific project they just completed. It asks the AI to draft a personalized follow-up note.
So the AI isn't just spitting out a generic template. It's crafting something like, hey, client name, really glad you found the project helpful, especially mention specific feedback if available, since things went so well, that kind of thing.
Precisely that level of personalization. It references the actual value delivered. That instantly kills the generic pushy vibe. The AI does, like 95% of the heavy lifting in writing a thoughtful, relevant message.
And the business owner's role.
Just review and approve, maybe tweak a word or two, then hit send. It removes the anxiety and the time spent agonizing over the perfect phrasing.
That's a massive mental load lifted right there. Okay, so we've got Make automating flows, Notion as the hub, Apify fetching praise, OpenAI drafting messages. Which brings us back to the final hurdle. Pain point 5, tech overwhelm. For someone listening thinking, wow, that's a lot, where do they even begin?
Yeah, and the consultant was really clear on this. Crawl, walk, run. Don't try to implement everything at once.
Okay, so what are the absolute first steps, the crawl phase?
Just two things to start. First, get that one core make.com automation running this simple post-project follow-up email that waits 3 days. That's win number one.
Get the consistent touch point happening. Got it.
Second, build that basic Notion dashboard.
Right.
Just get the current client data centralized. Start using it. Master those two pieces first. Prove the value, get comfortable. Then think about adding Apify or more complex AI stuff.
Okay, that feels much more manageable. Build the foundation, then layer on top. But looking ahead, once that foundation is solid and you've got clean data flowing into Notion, what do those more advanced AI features look like? The run phase.
That's where it gets really powerful. With consistent feedback, especially those NPS scores flowing into Notion, you can use OpenAI for proper predictive analysis.
Predictive. How so?
The AI can start analyzing trends. Not just scores, but the actual language used in feedback, how quickly clients re-engage, things like that. It can start suggesting which clients are statistically most likely to give a referral soon, or maybe even flag clients who might be at risk of churning based on subtle cues.
Wow, okay. Moving from reaction to actual prediction. That's the dream for retention.
It really is.
Yeah.
And another run-phase element could be an OpenAI-powered chatbot on the website.
Ah, like a customer service bot.
Sort of, but smarter. Trained on the business's specific services, FAQs, it can handle common questions 24/7, freeing up the owner. But crucially, it can also capture live referral leads. Someone visits saying so-and-so recommended you. The bot can qualify them and feed that lead right into the Notion pipeline.
Okay, so tangible benefits here. Let's talk ROI for the listener thinking, okay, this takes some setup time. What did SmartOps estimate as the actual return?
The payoff is pretty clear and happens relatively fast. First, time savings. Just automating the follow-ups and the testimonial hunting, that's easily 5 to 10 hours of admin time saved per month. Immediately.
That alone is valuable for a small business owner.
Absolutely. But the bigger impact is on growth. By making follow-up systematic and targeted, the expectation set by SmartOps was a measurable 10 to 20% increase in repeat business and referrals, and usually within about 3 months of getting the core system running.
Wow, a 10–20% lift in organic growth just from putting a system in place instead of relying on memory and guesswork. That's significant. That's the difference between treading water and actually scaling.
It really is. It builds this positive feedback loop. You save admin time, which you can reinvest in better service.
Yeah.
The system ensures happy clients lead to more work. You stop reinventing the wheel after every project and just let the machine work.
So this deep dive really highlighted how these tools make Notion, OpenAI, Apify aren't just separate gadgets. They can be woven together to turn that fuzzy client satisfaction into actual predictable revenue. It's a shift from feelings to, well, a real asset.
And that brings us to a final thought, something for you listening to chew on. Client satisfaction. It's not just a historical measure anymore, like looking in the rearview mirror.
Okay.
When you automate gathering and analyzing this data,
Yeah.
especially things like NPS, feedback sentiment, interaction frequency, using tools like OpenAI and Notion, satisfaction becomes predictive. It starts telling you where to focus your energy next, who to reach out to, and when. You move from just hoping for referrals to actually anticipating them based on data.
Anticipating and automating growth instead
Yeah.
of constantly chasing it, that is a powerful shift indeed.